What's up, guys? Today is an entire day dedicated to pretty much everything deer. I've got a whole lot of work to do already this morning behind me. Took the chainsaw and cut a path up to this little clearing in the woods where I'm wanting to put a small staging area food plot in this spot that we've wanted for years. There's big rubs all around it. I know there's bucks slipping. My main spot's down below me on the creek, but I know they're slipping on top of this hill in between my scrape line stand and my creek stand down here. So give them something to stop on this hillside, and there isn't great options for branchy, gnarly looking trees that I like to hide in, but we'll find something close by, and this should be a heck of a spot once we get it all settled in. But now I'm gonna head back and get the tractor and try to get it up here and start clearing this little quarter-acre spot out. Something locked up on the saw while I was about 3/4 the way through this one big tree that I had to work on. The rest are all fairly small, so I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit and see if that helps. I'll drive around and work on a couple other things, and really wanted to get this plot in, and it's only 2 waist-sized trees I need to cut out, and the rest are all small enough I could do by hand, but I gotta get these 2 big ones out first. But we'll see. Hopefully it'll get going. That'd be my luck the one day I've got time to work on something that breaks down. Instead of yesterday, where I started off cutting and pushing at the same time, I'm going to do everything but the big trees, get all the little brush out of the way, get this other dead tree that we cut, get it all out of here, and eliminate all the obstacles, and then we'll come back in and cut the big trees, because those are going to be the ones that are going to take the most amount of time and the most pushing around. So we're going to get everything out of the way that could possibly have something like we had yesterday where we got something caught up, and eliminate that. So I'm gonna get the saws out of the tractor here and get started cutting this up and get this little small hidey hole kill plot put in. Succeeded in making a heck of a mess back here, so now I'm gonna get all of these trees out of the way, and then after that we'll see what the opening looks like. There's not a whole lot of sun that's coming through, so it may take a couple of these decent sized trees out to get a little bit of sunlight here, but this plot's primary mission isn't for nutrition and food. It's more or less just for a little stopping point, a little staging area type thing, with a little bit of food just as almost as an appetizer kind of deal for them to stop here before they head out to the bean field, which hopefully we'll get something in this year if we get that in CRP, and then back here the regular food plot over the hill. So hopefully this will be kind of the coming off the hillside stop, and then decide which way which way they're wanting to go, and we'll be able to intercept some here that we haven't before. But now I'm gonna hop on the tractor and relocate all these logs and hopefully kind of try to lay all the bigger logs out to make an obvious entry and exit point, so that way they're coming in off the hill behind me, everything in front of me, left-hand shot, or right on the left-hand side for a right-hand shooter, and then the trail goes on down to my other stand where rifle hunt used to rifle hunt a lot, but it's where I'll take Kristen at, and where I bow hunted at a lot last fall. So I'll probably split my time between these two spots if this one pans out the way that I'm thinking it will. But hop on the tractor and get all this started. Getting close. Got almost everything out of here, so I'm gonna go ahead and all the smaller trees, cut the stumps off at the ground so I can go ahead and use the bucket to get all the crap out of here without worrying about popping a tire or something like that. So go through and chop all these little stumps off as low as possible. Finally, after several hours, we got all this cleared out. There's a little bit of sticks here and there that I'll go through and pick up by hand, but for the most part, we got all this put in and nothing broken. We're not out of the woods yet, but it's dang near close, so I'll go ahead and pick up all the sticks and then we'll slap a stand in that tree and we should be done for the day. This spot is gonna be one of my favorite spots that I'm gonna hit this fall. Of course, I can't really say favorite, I haven't hunted here yet. But knowing how they use the area and knowing how I set this up on top of the hill where they're running through, where there's already deer beds and active scrapes and old rub over here from the fall, I know they're going to be cruising through here again. And they always do. They always come down this hillside here, so I gave them a trail to go directly down. So deer are lazy just like anything else. They're going to go the path of least resistance. So they're going to come from wherever they're at on this hill to this point to go down this trail, and that's going to be where hopefully a big buck's going to mess up this fall. But definitely some does are going to be taking down this, and hopefully they'll bring one of the big boys with them. But right back up there is where I'm going to be sitting quite a bit once it comes late October, early November, whenever I come back up to Missouri. So I'm sure you'll see some footage from this spot this fall. First time back in Missouri. And, already seen a little buck about 40 yards out here this morning. So it's a little bit windy and overcast, so not great for filming, but they should be on their feet this morning. I know yesterday we checked the cameras and Sonic was on every one of the cameras we've got on this farm, so that's why we're out here this morning. Hopefully he'll stop by on top of this food plot we put in March. So we just rattled in the number one buck on this farm, Sonic, and he came in from behind about 40 yards. He just couldn't get a shot, and he worked his way up and down the hill, checking the wind, and there wasn't anything straight in front of him that he could see, so he didn't come in. But we're getting that little buck coming across the front. Eventful first morning back in Missouri. A lot of movement, and saw the buck that we came in here after, the only one on this farm that I'm really excited about. So at least we know the stand is as good a spot as I thought it was whenever I hung it up in March. So probably back out here tomorrow morning. I got some stuff to do this afternoon with the kids, so hopefully, I don't think we spooked him off whenever he went up over the hill after we rattled him in. He didn't seem spooked, so I just don't think he saw what he was looking for whenever he came in. Hopefully he'll be around here in the morning. In that hunt part of the video, the one thing that we didn't plan for was deer coming from the other side of the hill behind us. There wasn't any shooting lanes. That's been corrected as of now. So next year, if a buck, hopefully that one, or a different one comes up over the same location, there will be a shot there about 30-35 yards. So it's really frustrating doing that much work and it immediately paying off with the buck that we're after coming in to within bow range, only to watch him walk away because I didn't plan for everything. I didn't think that there would be any way a deer would come in from that way, but sure enough it happened, and we're prepared for it going forward into next year. Also in the hunt part of the video, whenever there was a little buck crossing the far side of the food plot, the left half of it was mowed down completely, and I seeded the heck out of it with clover, and it got a good stand, and they mowed it down, and then we went back in and just threw some milo that we had, and it grew decent. It didn't get a whole lot of sunlight, so it never really matured, and the deer didn't really eat it. But I know this year we're planning to expand it a little bit, make it about double the size that it was, and put more clover back into it. So hopefully we'll be able to keep something there. But they were definitely using it this year, and that's something to look forward to this year as well, since we're going to be expanding it. You can't really hope for much more whenever you're building a plot or doing land management other than the first hunt out. It goes exactly as planned. I guess not exactly as planned, but it does exactly what you intended it to do, to be a stopping point or a point of interest on this hilltop. I know I didn't build it to rattle, but I'm in this spot, and just a little bit of light tickling and he comes right in. It didn't work out, but now we know that this is definitely as good a spot as we wanted, and the location that we built for him worked the way we wanted to. This is definitely the time of year to do something like this. So if you've got the time and the desire, right now would be the perfect time to get out and get a plan developed and put it to action, because this time of the year you can really make a big impact on your hunting season this fall. It may not be putting a food plot in, it may be just some timber stand improvements, some hinge cutting, whatever it may be. But this is definitely the time of the year to get out and do some scouting and do some land management. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. We'll be putting out more videos like this in the future. It may not be the most entertaining videos that we ever put out as far as getting big bucks laid down on every single one of them, but it's good land management practices, what we're trying to do, and trying to put out there what we're doing to help our chances for you guys to watch. If you guys are deer junkies like us, definitely look forward to those in the future, because it's something that we do that increases our chances. So we hope that we can share some of our tips and strategies as far as what we're doing to help you guys out. So with that said, thanks for watching this week. We'll be having some turkey hunts coming up pretty soon. As always, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe on YouTube.